過ぎた季節が嘘だとしても重ねたぬくもりは嘘じゃない君が残した背中の傷跡は今もずっと甘くてだからずっと痛くて
Yo, what it do, guys? It is your boy, Leon Mookie here, back with you with a new fanfic for you guys, and one that I've been highly anticipating to do, at least for a while now. This is The Final Heroes, a Rising of the Shield Hero slash Final Fantasy, or rather, Dissidia Final Fantasy fanfic story. And honestly, when I checked this out, there was pretty little on that Final Fantasy heroes being in the world of, the Rising of the Shield Hero, which I say is a damn crime, I have to say. I mean, sure, there's one with Cloud as that of the Shield Hero taking Ren's position, which is understandable, of course. But no other hero, though, which I call is ridiculous and bullshit. Hell, we already seen crossovers between between Final Fantasy heroes and villains facing against one another, and that being Dissidia after all. And no, I'm not talking about Dissidia Final Fantasy NT. That game story is literal trash, 100%. Hell, I kind of hate it that it basically expects you to already play the original Dissidia game or Dissidia Duodecim to basically already know what's going on in the story for either playing both of those games. However, for many fans who actually got into playing Dissidia, either the Japanese fans who got into playing it through the arcade games, or the ones who just wanted to or the Western fans who actually just started playing it, didn't know what the fuck was actually going on. So yeah, that game was a horrible trash. Still love the fact that they added, Noctis though, so hey, I call that at least a win. But only that. But hey, what I do love is the character interactions between each hero. Like how one group of heroes are basically already close friends already, such as that of Bartz and Zidane. Then there's like a group of heroes who basically try to understand their own path, such as Cecil, Furion, Cloud, and Tidus working together. And then you got people like that of the Warrior of Light and Squall doing things their own way by basically fighting alone. Hell, even their interactions between that of other villains in other Final Fantasy games are quite interesting too. So why the hell? So, and honestly, putting them in the world of Rising of the Shield Hero wouldn't seem too far off given Dissidia after all. So yeah, any rate, if you guys like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification to keep up to date with my videos. So, with all that said, let's get into this, shall we, guys? Chapter 1, The Hero Summoning. Hear, feel, sight, touch, sound. All of these senses currently taken away, as 4 entities lie in that of the void. Within soon, things begin to show up. Before then, a split between that of light and flame soon appear. Within the 4 landing on their feet. Before then, they all open their eyes. With 3 of them being quite surprised, with one of them being shocked, but in his own stoic way. With then soon one of them with that of long whitish blonde hair, wearing that of white and blue armor, with his shoulders having that of spikes coming out of it. with him also wearing that of a cape with blue and red pattern, with him having that of a sword, basically, well, wrapped around the back behind him, with him looking around, seeing that of the three other figures, and that's of shock, with him saying, Furion, young Noctis, Cloud, with then the one known as Furion, as he has that of a wrapping bandana across his spikiest white hair, wearing that of armor with one of his shoulder pads having that of a spike going through it, with also having that of a few armored pants, and that of a cape going down, and a white cape cloak going down him as well. And what stands out is him being quite a handsome young man with tan skin too, with not only that, another one, and the one also known as that of Cloud, as he has that of wild spiky hair, with that also having that of a black uniform, with one long sleeve on his left side, and that of coattails coming down, and black coattails on his pants as well. And as for another one, known as Noctis, as he also has that of a black short sleeve jacket, that's of a black t-shirt, and that's of black cargo shorts and black army-like boots as well, with his raven black hair and blue eyes. With then Noctis saying, "Whoa, what the hell are you guys doing here? And wasn't I?" With then soon, Noctis basically realized about his fate in his world, saying, "Oh God, I totally forgot. I, with then Noctis almost looks like he's one step away from that of a panic attack. Before then, Furion and Cecil, with Cecil placing his hand on Noctis' shoulder, as saying, "Noctis, please calm yourself, breathe in and out." With then Furion saying, "Yeah, you just take a deep breath, focus, don't." With then soon, Cloud steps up, within him actually about to hit him in the chest. However, soon he stops midway, saying, "A lot better." With then soon Noctis saying, "I thought you were literally about to hit me, Cloud." With then Cloud basically just scoffing before having that of a smirk, saying, "You know I don't do that to my friends." With then soon Noctis, both Furion and Cecil couldn't help but laugh, as it's a rare moment for Cloud to even be laughing after all. With then soon Noctis saying, "Oh great, I didn't think me flinching in fear, with almost fear of being punched, is laughable." With then Cecil saying, "My apologies, truly, but it is quite funny." With then soon Furion saying, "Yeah, I had to apologize too. I didn't really mean, I'm not trying to laugh, but it's just rare for Cloud to do something like that. That's all." With then Noctis couldn't help but sigh, saying, "Good thing my pain basically draws you guys misery, but also, thanks for trying to come for me, guys." With then soon one of them, within a gruff and also somewhat soft-spoken voice, can help but say, "Huh, these are your champions? They're quite, well, they're an interesting but also somewhat irritating bunch." With then soon all four of them recognize that voice as it being the successor of one of their greatest enemy, being the god of discord, Chaos. As this red skin, some white-haired spiky, with also that of, well, markings across his face, and a large cleaving sword in his hands, as this is Chaos' successor, Spiritus, the god of destruction. With then all four of them be on guard, with then soon Furion realizing, "What the? I just realized I don't have any of my weapons." with then soon Cecil tries to bring out his short sword spear, with then saying, "Neither do I. I cannot bring out my blade." Within Cloud thinking, "What the hell did you do with our weapons, Spiritus?" Within Noctis saying, "Okay, not gonna lie, guy's starting to freak. This is kind of freaking me out if I can't bring out any of my weapons right now." So, and honestly, I thought the whole, feud against us was kind of out of the way, Spiritus, that you and Materia have settled your differences and were able to coexist in your so-called world after all. With then soon Spiritus saying, "That is true. Me and that, useless goddess Materia basically did coexist with one another by basically allowing the energy that we would need to keep our world stabilized. However, this is not about using the four of you as soldiers anymore. This is something important. However, I think it's best that I don't explain this situation. It's best that somebody else who actually that you actually have a stronger connection with explain." With that, on the other side, the one that shows a lot more of a purish, kind-hearted light, as then a woman with that of blonde hair, a pure white dress, and with that of a beautiful and elegant figure and face soon appears, as this is the goddess of harmony, Cosmos, who the goddess that all four of them, actually all three of them, being Furion, Cecil, and Cloud, fought for during their time together. With then soon, both Furion and Cecil kneel down. With then soon, as for Cloud, he stands in place almost like that of a soldier. However, Noctis is so confused as he's never seen this lady before. With then, however, realizing that that three of his friends are basically kneeling down and showing respect, he probably should do the same. With then soon, the woman known as Cosmos could up and say, "My warriors, please stand up." And also, but I guess I shouldn't say my warriors anymore, since you are all free to go back to your worlds. Except at this very moment. With then all of them stand up, with Furion saying, "That's what I want to know. Are we being dragged into another battle, Cosmos? And what about your successor, the goddess of time, Mateus?" With then soon Cosmos saying, "Mateus is still needed for the world that she's in, the world that she and Spiritus coexist at. As for me, I'm here to warn you about another battle that the four of you will be involved in." With then Cloud can up and say, "Another fight, another war. I'm guessing we're going to be fighting with the others once again. If that's the case, then where are the rest? Like that of Titus, Lightning, the Warrior, Terra, and also that of Squall as well." With then soon Spiritus can help but scoff before saying, "They are still in their worlds, currently living out their lives as always. However, as for the four of you, you were summoned by that of these." With then soon bringing up his sword, as then slamming it down to the ground, as then 4 weapons soon appear in front of all of them, as right in front of Cloud, as it being that of a golden-like sword, with that of a sapphire gem in the guard. In front of Cecil, as it being that of a golden spear, with that of a ruby red gem in the middle of the blade. In front of Furion, as it being a golden bow, with that of a amber like gem, and that of the grip. and in front of Noctis as being a shield with that of a emerald-like gem. With then all four of them are confused. With then soon Cecil saying, "Lady Cosmos, Lord Spiritus, care to explain why these weapons are in front of us?" Within Spiritus saying, "These four weapons are known as the four legendary weapons. They're from another world where they choose their wielders. However, a little bit of secret about these weapons. They're basically sentient. With they have a will of their own besides just being legendary weapons that choose their wielders and see if they're worthy." With then soon Furion saying, "I see. So they're real life weapons. They have a will of their own, a mind of their own. So they've chosen us. Are we destined to save another world by any chance, Cosmos?" With then soon Cosmos nodding, saying, "Yes. However, the world that you are in is completely different from the world where I and Spiritus come from. This world is maybe similar to many of your own worlds, but maybe not close to yours, Cloud, but still similar in that of politics." With Cloud couldn't help but scoff in that of annoyance while still listening to Cosmos and Spiritus. With then soon Noctis saying, "So we're basically getting involved into a world that have actual people instead of a world that seems dead and facing against what's left of it, and even our somewhat evil reflections as well. Am I getting this right? Goddess Cosmo, is it?" With then soon Furion saying, "Noctis," as he says this with that of infuriating tone. With then soon Noctis getting confused, saying, "What? Like I said, I never really met her before. I've only met her successor, remember? And it's when I first met you guys." With then soon Cecil couldn't help but speak, saying, "He does have a valid point there, Furion. We cannot judge him for not knowing about the goddess that allow us all to meet with one another." With then soon Furion saying, "Well, I guess you're right about that. But even so." With then soon Cloud saying, "Can we continue on about the weapons?" With then soon Spirits is saying, "Well, at least one of you is still on track. But about this, besides about the world being that of a political intrigue, there are also these weapons choose their wielders. They have chosen so many. They have first is that of the shield. The legendary shield, constantly chooses its first wielder, and normally 3 out of 5 chances that the shield's first wielder is always somebody else from that of the sword, spear, and bow wielder's choices. Surprisingly, it seems that the shield has chosen somebody that neither the bow, sword, or shield wished to choose." With then soon Noctis saying, "Wow, that's surprising. However, it did seem like all 3 weapons did want to go after you, Sir Furion, was it?" With Furion caught off guard and shocked for the surprise, saying, "They all wanted me? That's quite amazing." With then soon both Cecil can help but say, "Congratulations, Furion. You deserve such praise." Within Cloud can help but say, "Yeah, you deserve compliments like this, after all." With then saying, "Cecil, Cloud, thank you for your words." After this moment of, congratulating Furion, within Spirit saying, "Don't be too hasty just yet. Even though both the spear and sword were able to choose their actual wielders, this being you two being their second picks, they still have a will of their own. Not only that, because they have a will of their own, they end up manipulating and basically causing a lot of, things for their wielders to make sure that they turn them into the proper wielders that they are meant to be, after all. Such such as even blocking certain memories and also certain thought patterns that you originally did have back in your own world. Even blocking out certain traumatic memories too. With then hearing this, Noctis get up and say, "Whoa, are you serious? Are you saying that this thing is going to that these things are going to control our minds?" With then, the others can help but be shocked and surprised, with Cloud actually narrowing his eyes at the sword. With then, Cecil can help but speak up saying, "Lady Cosmos, Lord Spiritus, surely that there's any way to prevent this." With then, Cosmos speaking up saying, "Yes, there is. We will grant you, me and Spiritus have decided to give you that of a blessing. These blessings will prevent the legendary weapons from controlling your minds, and they will also prevent them from either altering or blocking your memories too. We all know, after all, you all work the best that you can all to get together after all, as who you all are. Your experiences basically have you grow." With then hearing this, Noctis couldn't help but clench his fist, saying, "My experiences may have helped me, but what good are they if I can't even do anything about it?" With then soon, Spiritus saying, "Noctis Lucius Calum, steel yourself. Even after the experiences that you've had in your own world, you are still a king. Show your pride as a king after all." With then soon Noctis saying, "What? Hey, who said that I?" With then Cecil saying, "He is right, Noctis." With Noctis looking at Fury and saying, "As a king myself, I understand the burden and pain on what it's like to, well, feel like every decision you make is either the right decision or the wrong one. Not only that, you're not doing this alone. We will aid you and help you as well." With then soon, Spirit is saying, "That's also a downside about another thing about the legendary weapons. Those who have the legendary weapons are known as the four cardinal heroes. If any of the cardinal heroes are nearby or close to one another, they won't gain any power and the experience in battle that you all learn in your own worlds. Am I correct?" Hearing this, even Cloud spoke up saying, "That can't be, that we cannot allow." With then soon Furion saying, "I agree with Cloud on this one. We can't, why would they do that to us? I mean, it makes no sense. If we have to work together to save this world, why separate us?" With then that of Cosmos saying, "It's to make sure that, well, I believe it's a safety function that both the legendary weapons and those who summon you act as that of a safety precaution. That it makes sure that not all four of you become too powerful all at once. Also, it's also in a way to control you all, keep you separated, and keep you apart as well. I believe it was such an unrash and an unneeded system. When all of you working together is your greatest strength." With then soon Cecil saying, "I agree. I've gained as far as I did with those who I call my friends, even all of you as well." With then Furion saying, "Yeah, I value our friendship more than anything, even with those in my own world who I saw as my closest friends and family." With Cloud also nodding as well. But then Noctis saying, "Yeah, I feel the exact same way. Just like, even though I just met you guys about a couple years ago, being with you guys made me feel like the same, like nothing's changed after all." With and soon Spirit is saying, "That's the kind of spirit I like to see in that of champions. So, as for my blessing, I will make sure that that little pesky roadblock is out of the way. You still need to keep a secret after all. The people of this world, they're conniving, manipulative, and selfish people. It's best to make sure that you can, well, keep them close, but also keep your distance from them as well. With this, soon, all four of them begin to feel a change in their bodies. The same as with Cosmos, making sure that their minds are not, well, altered by the legendary weapons. With then, soon, Noctis saying, "Still can't believe you're helping us out, Spiritus." With then, Spiritus saying, "Unlike my predecessor, I have no qualms with all of you, especially even with that of Mateus's champions. My duties alone is that of the preservation of my world. Nothing more, nothing less. And the champion, however, as a sign of respect, the champions who helped me preserve that world, I will help as well. I will repay my debt after all." With then hearing this, Furion cannot but speak up, saying, Spiritus, you really, you're seriously different from Cosmos. You truly are somebody amazing after all." With then soon Spiritus stabbing his sword into the ground before crossing his arms, saying, "Do not misunderstand my actions." As soon he looks down to the ground. Before then, Cosmos couldn't help but shake her head. However, she has that of a somewhat smirk on her face as well, before it reverts back into her neutral look. With then soon saying, "However, we know that the four of you have earned that of a boon, and you need aid as well. So, in this world, you'll be facing against that of waves, known as the waves of catastrophe. These waves will basically send creatures among creatures to this world, even creatures from other worlds, also those of humans and beings, even possibly heroes will also come from these waves as well." With then soon Cecil saying, "I see. So it's basically other worlds invading another world. But it doesn't seem it's that simple, is it, Lady Cosmos?" With Cosmos speaking, saying, "Astute as ever, Cecil. But yes, there's more to this, and it's up to the four of you to understand this." With then Furion saying, "A mystery while also protecting this world as well. I do like a little bit of a challenge, but I want to know that we're actually fighting for the right side and for the good people." With then soon Cloud saying, "I have to agree. I refuse to be somebody's puppet. I refuse to be a tool after all." With then soon Noctis saying, "Yeah, I agree as well." With then Cosmos saying, "It's understandable. So, in a way to make sure that you all that you're able to, well, gain your strengths, we will make sure to give you things from your old world. Once you're in this world, many of your powers, weapons, and even your allies will not be able to come to this world. However, after clearing a wave, the two of us will reward you with that of a gift from your worlds, either be your powers, your special weapons and armor and gear, possibly even a vehicle that you're familiar with, or possibly your allies, family, and friends as well." With then hearing this, all four of them couldn't help but be curious, even Cloud as well. With then soon Furion saying, You cannot be serious, Cosmos. Are you?" With then Spirit is saying, "The goddess of harmony is not joking, Furion. We will grant you one gift from after clearing these waves. The world that you are in may be corrupt with its countries and that's a manipulation, but the people alone, its people who try to change things, are worth protecting and saving. But those who are not, those who do not care about protecting the world and only care about themselves. They are free game, as you may say. With then Noctis saying, well, I like to hear that, but I'm not too fond of killing people so often unless it's necessary or it's in that of self-defense. With then soon Cecil saying, I agree with Noctis on that one. I do not kill unless need be. I refuse to go back to the dark, to what I used to have when I once wore the armor of the Dark Knight. Even though I am able to control the darkness within me, I refuse to go back to the ways I once were. With then hearing this, Furion places a hand on his friend's shoulder, looking at him with that of a calming and also caring look as well. With even Cloud acknowledging and understanding how he feels. With then soon Cosmo saying, then allow us to give you this final warning before you are fully summoned to that world. Find allies and those you can trust. Find the people who truly want to help you. Once you do that, the four of you will truly be unstoppable. After that, soon all four of them began to disappear, and that of their supposed weapons, jewels, lights. With Noctis being that in a green light, Furion being that in that of a golden orange light, Cecil and that of a ruby red light, and Cloud and that of a sapphire blue light. Within soon, all of them soon arrive in that of a cramped, dusty area, as it almost looks close to a dungeon, but with no sails though. Within soon, the magician saying, we have done it! We have summoned the 4 cardinal heroes! With then Noctis standing up, alongside that of Furion and Cecil, with Cloud was able to land on his feet, and basically was prepared for anything to happen. Within suit, Furion saying, well, looks like we arrived, as he groans a little bit in pain. Within, Cecil saying, it seems so. Now, this must be the world that we were teleported to. Within, Cloud saying, guys, looks like we got company. With then all 4 of them look at the mages that were able to summon them. Not only that, they even notice the weapons in their hands. With Cloud having having that of the legendary sword, Furion having that of the legendary bow, Cecil with that of the legendary spear, and Noctis with the legendary shield. As they are now the 4 cardinal heroes of the world. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. So, what did you guys think? Sorry that this isn't an action-packed chapter and I didn't go as long as I normally do. Like I said, this was just more of the introductory, chapter to get everything started after all. Mostly because I still need to do my research on the original party members of all 4, on the other 3 cardinal heroes after all. That being that of Moriyasu, Itsuki's, and Ren's party. I know that they're basically generic people, but when I put up a poll about a month ago, asking if I should keep everything canon, or I should have at least some people from canon alongside my own original party members, or have that whole original team entirely, you guys said to keep things in canon. And I'm pretty sure the only reason why you guys said that is so Noctis could still have that of Raphtalia and Philo. Instead of realizing that would also mean that Cecil, Furion, and Cloud would also get the other party members as well in theirs. So yeah, I mean, sure, they won't be easily manipulated like how the other 3 are in the main canon of Rising of the Shield Hero, but even so, they're going to have to be dealing with that of annoying bullshit in their parties for the time being. Possibly even convince them to basically change their ways and also prevent some of them from dying as well. Even realizing about certain plots inside of Rising of the Shield Hero after all. But to do that, I gotta do my research on these people. Because again, they're more than just turns in the light novels and also in the mangas. They're more than just one-note characters after all. Even though that's how the anime portrays them. But even so, I do like a little bit of a challenge, and I do want to see some of those characters were a bit interesting design-wise. So, with enough said, if you guys like this video, please check out my Discord, my gaming channel, my main channel, and Patreon, if I'm not too damn lazy to put them in the description below. So, with all that said, this is Liamuki, signing out. Later, guys, and hope you all take care.